Quince says their handbags are equal or greater quality than luxury brands at a fraction of the price. Affordable luxury that lasts a lifetime? Sounds almost too good to be true. Today I'm putting that claim to the test with an unsponsored and honest review of Quince handbags. Are they really as good as mid-range or even luxury bags? Or are they just a cheap disappointment? And stick with me till the end because I will reveal which Quince bag, if any, is actually worth your money. And I'll also share some better, affordable alternatives for the ones that don't make the cut. Let's get into it. And let's kick things off with the Italian leather patchwork crossbody bag. Right off the bat, I can tell it is kind of a dupe for the Loewe puzzle bag. So I've gotten a lot of questions about this one. This is made of kind of like a soft, smooshy, pebbled leather. It doesn't really have too much structure. You can carry the bag by the handle. It fits on the crook of the arm, but it's not going to fit over the shoulder. And when you do carry it that way, it has kind of like a nice sort of casual, cool girl slouch to it. You also can wear it as a crossbody as advertised. However, I do want to point out that when you wear this crossbody, it really doesn't give the same nice slouchy effect as when you carry it from the top handle. It does feel a little bit like a brick on my hip, so to speak. It doesn't have the same kind of look that I get for my actual Loewe puzzle bag. I will also say that the leather, I mean, you probably could have guessed this. It doesn't match up to the Loewe at all. The leather from Quince, while it does have some nice soft suppleness to it because it's like that pebbled leather, it does have kind of like a plasticky feel to it. It also has a bit of like a chemically sort of synthetic smell. It is real leather, but you can tell that it really isn't top grain. It has a nice softness to it, but it does not even come close to the Loewe puzzle bag, just in case you were wondering. And unlike the Loewe puzzle bag, this bag does not have a zipper closure. It closes with 2 magnets, so kind of like folds over. I feel like it's pretty secure. If anything, I think that this style is easier to get in and out of. I suppose at the same time, it's not quite as secure, so just something to think about. I like the magnetic closure. I really don't have any issues with it. I think it's really easy to get in and out of the bag. I also like that this comes with an adjustable belt strap, something that a lot of customers of the Loewe belt bag have complained about. They have some versions with them, some without. I like that Quince added this little functional aspect so you can really, make the crossbody whatever length you want. This bag is $160. Overall, I think for the price, it's a pretty decent bag. It's a pretty decent bag, but I gotta be honest with you guys, and this is just my personal style, my personal preference. When I look at this bag, all I can think is fake puzzle bag. Like, where is the line drawn between like a dupe and like intellectual property theft? It's a cute bag, don't get me wrong, but for me, it's just like a little bit too on the nose. And then on top of that, the quality of the leather is not the best, but for $160, it really is not a bad deal. It's not. It looks and feels like a $160 bag, maybe like a $200 bag. So for that reason, I guess I could say it's a pretty good deal. What I would buy instead is the Clementine bag from The Horse. This bag is also very affordably priced. Probably the best price mid-range bag that I've ever covered on this channel. This is a very similar style, and it actually has a very similar like opening enclosure. But number one, I think the leather is a lot nicer than this bag from Quince. And number two, it doesn't look like a Loewe bag dupe. It looks like, yeah, kind of like a similar shape, and you got that slouchy, cool girl effect that I think a lot of people like about the Loewe puzzle bag, but it doesn't look like a dupe. It looks like its own design. It comes in so many beautiful colors. I have this gorgeous seasonal olive green one that I picked up from their website. So I'm gonna link all these bags, the Quince ones, and any of the alternatives that I mentioned in this video in the description box down below and on the shopping button on the screen, just in case you would like to shop those styles. Next up, we have the Italian leather box shoulder bag. This is gonna be a very classic, some would say French girl style. It is very reminiscent of like a Celine box bag. There's a lot of brands that do this style of purse. And I think it's so popular because it is very simple, it is very elegant, goes with a lot of outfits. And what I do like about this bag is that it doesn't look like a dupe of a luxury bag, but it still has that luxury feel. This is going to be made of a structured calf leather, so it will have a more structured feel, but I know that this bag, it will soften up over time. That's how this leather usually works. It also is a coated leather, so this is going to be very durable, very scratch resistant. You know, if you don't like to baby your bags, I don't think you're going to have to worry about this one. I think this bag wears very comfortably crossbody, but I also like the versatility of being able to wear it as a shoulder bag. I have a couple other bags in this style, and I find that they're just so easy to travel with because you can wear this as a crossbody so that your hand's free, but if you have somewhere to go later on, out to dinner, you can just turn it into a shoulder bag and it adds a little bit of elegance to the look. Now on the inside of the bag, you have one main compartment. This is going to be big enough to fit a phone, but it's not going to be big enough to really fit like a larger notebook or an iPad. This is kind of like your everyday crossbody bag. There's also a slimmer or like flatter pocket in the front, which is nice to be able to organize your things. I do kind of wish it was just all one compartment because then I'd be able to fit more things in this bag. I don't know why a lot of brands do this. I guess it's nice to organize your things, but personally, I would like a little bit more room for everything, but you do have a couple of little pockets and things in there so that you can organize your belongings. At $149, I think that this bag is a really good deal. I think it looks more expensive than that. I think part of it is the leather that they used and the style. It's very classic and elegant. I don't think you can go wrong with this bag. I will be honest though, I don't think that this leather is like super good. I don't think it's like top grain leather or whatever it says on the Quince website. This definitely is a more affordable leather bag. I don't think the leather is as good as really any of the other mid-range handbags that I review here on my channel. If you wanted to upgrade and get something that is a similar style but much better quality, I would go with one of the bags from Atelier Auguste because it's a very similar shape. The Monceau and the Mini Monceau or the Gabrielle bag, those are all very similar styles, very functional, and they come with the coated leather, like super durable, but you are gonna be getting premium materials. So if you want something kind of cheap and cheerful, I think this is a really good buy from Quince. But if you wanna upgrade, I will link down below those styles from Atelier Auguste, and I also have a coupon code if you wanna check them out. Oh, and by the way, if you happen to be enjoying this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. And if you are new here, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. My name is Sophia, and I upload new videos just like this every single week, all about affordable, accessible luxury, makeup, bags, accessories, fashion. I am here to add a little bit of luxe into your life without spending thousands of dollars. I try these products so that you don't have to. I help you find your next luxurious favorite thing in your wardrobe or in your beauty routine. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button to join our fam. We seriously would love to have you. Next up, we have the Italian leather hand-woven satchel. And this is clearly a dupe for the very popular Bottega Veneta Andiamo tote bag that is such a popular bag, and I've seen a lot of dupes of it. So this is the one from Quince. This is made of a woven, I believe it is sheep leather. Yes, a woven sheep leather. So it is gonna be thinner strips of leather, softer, smooshier, and also relatively lightweight because of that. It has almost the exact same structure as a Bottega Andiamo tote. So you kind of have a little bit of like an accordion situation going on with the woven strap kind of fed through the little rivets of the bag. You have two main compartments, and then you have a leather divider of sorts with some pockets that kind of allow you to organize your things within the bag. This, unlike the Bottega bag, does not have any hardware. So you can't, I don't think you can at least, remove the strap. And you also cannot remove the divider in between. The size of this Quince bag is also a little bit bigger than the small Andiamo. I would say it's a little bit closer to the medium size. It's a little bit big for my preference, but if you're somebody that carries a lot of things with you, if you carry like a full-size wallet, maybe like an agenda, an iPad for your kids, like this could be like a good mommy bag size. Or if you need a work bag that doesn't fit a laptop, you just need to bring all your other professional necessities, that's kind of where I would put this size. Now, as you can imagine, you can wear this bag 3 different ways, just like the Andiamo tote. First, as a top handle or on the crook of the arm. You also can pull the strap through and use it as a shoulder bag. I think that this is the most comfortable way to wear it. And then thirdly, you can wear it as a crossbody. And here is what I want to warn you about. The crossbody is oddly long. Now, I'm 5'4". I'm not super short, but I'm also not very tall. I guess I would describe myself as average height, and the crossbody on this is so long, like very, very awkwardly long. And I feel like a lot of women are going to want to wear this crossbody. A lot of people like this style of bag because it is so versatile. So I just want to point that out, because you really can't adjust the strap here. There are certain hacks that you could do for different bags, but with this, I feel like there's no getting around the fact that the strap drop is like laughably long, at least on me. So if you are a tall girly or guy out there and you need something really long, this might be a good bag for you. So what do I think of this bag? I don't hate this bag. I will say the leather on this one, because it's made with the sheep's leather, it is more soft and supple. It's better than some of the other Quince bags that we're gonna be talking about today. It's not the worst, but it still just feels like a dupe bag to me. It's a little bit too on the nose. The leather does smell very synthetic, very chemically, very plasticky. It just, I don't know, it doesn't like ooze the same elegance that I see from the Bottega bag. And we've already seen, like with the flat bag we just talked about, I feel like they did a great job making that look more expensive. I don't really think that this bag looks more expensive than what you're paying for. When you look closely, there's just parts of it that look quite unfinished, particularly around the top handle. I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. It's like very, very puckered, and it just, the craftsmanship really isn't that good. And I hate to say it, because this style of bag is really hard to find at an affordable price point in the mid-range market. I think doing this kind of woven leather is just more expensive to do. And so it really is hard to find a dupe for the Bottega Andiamo. The closest one I've been able to find is the absolutely stunning Aspinall of London tote. This is such a gorgeous bag, and the quality, I would say, is totally there, but it's still $1,000. It's still $1,000. So this one from Quince, it is just so affordable, but for me, it really isn't my favorite from the brand. And you know, they have on their site, on every product page, they'll kind of compare the Quince bag to other bags. And one of the brands that they've listed here is called BEMBIEN. These bags look cute. Comment down below, friends. Comment down below. Should I buy one of these BEMBIEN bags? Because these actually are fairly affordable. Not as much as the Quince, but pretty affordable, like in that mid-range, in the mid-range. These look cute. I would check out this brand instead. Comment down below if you want me to review them next. Next up, we have the Italian leather pouch crossbody clutch. And this style is gonna be very reminiscent of like a Bottega Veneta pouch bag. We've seen a lot of bags in this kind of little like pouch clutch style. I've had the Bottega bag before, and I do like that in comparison, you can fit a phone in this one. The small Bottega clutch, while it is really cute, I did end up selling it because you just really can't fit that much inside. So I like the size of this. I feel like it's a decent size where like you can use it as a clutch for dinner. You also can wear it crossbody. It says on their product page that this is made of 100% top grain Italian leather, but it doesn't say what kind. I do really like the style, and as I mentioned, the size of this bag, but I really don't like the leather. This one, even compared to some of the others that I've mentioned in this video already, it just feels very, very like heavily treated. Hopefully you can tell. I film in mostly natural light, by the way. It kind of almost looks like it's spray painted. It doesn't look like it is dyed in a quality sort of way. It doesn't have the exact feel that I would hope from what I'm guessing is like a sheepskin or a lambskin bag. It smells very chemically. If I were to look at it without touching it, I actually might think that it was faux leather. Like if it looked better, I would say, you know, great deal. But the fact that it doesn't feel so great, but it also, in my opinion, not to offend anybody, doesn't look that great when you get up close, is keeping me from recommending this bag. This one also has a very long crossbody. You can hack it a little bit by like tying a small knot in the strap. So you can kind of adjust the strap, but I just want to mention that because then you do kind of end up with a bit of excess on the end there that kind of, you know, flaps about. So if you are on the shorter side, you are going to have quite a bit hanging off the end there. So the crossbody is pretty long. What I would recommend instead instead, because there are a lot of other pouch bags out there on the market, what I would recommend that I think is good quality is the Monsieur Gabriel Cloud Clutch. I've had this one for a couple of years now. I've had this bag for a while. It's a very similar size, like fits the phone, a little bit bigger than the one from Quince, but I think this is a really beautiful Italian leather representation of this style. I also would recommend the Strathbury Charlotte Drawstring. I've seen this bag becoming popular a lot recently. All the Strathbury bags that I've tried or that I've purchased myself so far have been top notch. These alternatives, they are more expensive, but I'm just gonna recommend to you guys what I think is worth the price. If you're looking for something that is quality, I think this is okay for the price, but personally, I would save my money and just invest in the Strathbury or the Monsieur Gabriel. Next up, we have the Italian Suede Slouchy Shoulder Bag. You know I had to review this one because Suede hobo bags, they are so in this year, and so I was really intrigued to see what the Quince version would be like. This reminds me a lot of the Tory Burch Suede Romy hobo bag that I am just, so in love with, and I still haven't purchased, guys, but I really like that style. I wanted to see if this would be just as good. This is gonna be, once again, a slouchy hobo style. You have kind of like a thinner strap on one side, thicker on the other, which I think adds a little bit of intrigue. There is kind of a thicker piece of leather at the base, so there's some structure. When you put things in it, it doesn't, sag like a diaper, but it is gonna be very much a slouchy bag. It's not super secure as you would imagine. It just has like a little magnetic closure, so it's kind of like easy to get in and out of. There's a little zipper compartment on the inside. The suede it's pretty soft. Like, I'm actually fairly impressed for Quince for the price of this bag. It's nowhere near as good as the Tory Burch. There's just something, when you just pick something up and you can just tell that like it cost more to make, or there's more craftsmanship that goes into it. The shape of the Tory Burch, the construction looks more impressive and I think has a cleaner line along the body, but this does the trick. This does the trick. If you want a slouchy suede hobo bag, I actually think that this is really good for the price. I really do. If you don't wear suede a lot, if you live in like a rainy climate and you're like, I'm really only gonna wear that to a pumpkin patch like once or twice a year, or if you just wanna try out the trend and see if you like it, this could be a good like entry-level bag or seasonal, couple wears a season type of bag for you to get. Next up, we have the all-day Neoprene belt bag, or bum bag if you want to call it, or fanny pack as we called it when I was younger. This is a great little sporty everyday bag for like your errands, going to a sports game, yoga class. It is made of like a stretchy synthetic, almost like scuba fabric that I feel like, if you spilled coffee on it, you could just kind of wipe it off, rinse it off. Inside the bag, we have a little card slot. There's also a little elastic band where you could fit, like a chapstick or a lip oil, and also a key clip for your keys. On the outside, there is a zipper pocket in the front, and then also a little slotted compartment in the back. So you can maybe fit like your AirPods or a Metro card or some cash, something like that, if you want to keep it more secure against your body. Two things that I really like about this style, other than the fact that it's really carefree and matches with all of my athleisure, is that you really can adjust the length or the circumference of the strap. So if you want to wear this like across the chest, looking real cool, going to yoga in your athleisure, you can. But if you want to wear it how I often wear it and just kind of like around the waist with some joggers, if you want to use it as like a running bag, you kind of have those options. It's very adjustable. I also like, and am very impressed, that the clasp is all metal. Usually with a more affordable belt bag like this, you see plastic. And in fact, guys, on my Loewe men's belt bag, half of the buckle is like plastic. It's a very strong plastic, but Quince in this regard has outdone Loewe, so I was very impressed by that. I think that this is great for the price. If you're looking for a little belt bag, a la, something you would find at Lululemon or Alo Yoga, I think this is a good buy. Ooh, look at me, I'm getting so flushed talking about all these bags. It is very hot in my room today, guys. Okay, which bag do we have next? The Italian Pebbled leather sling bag, another bum bag, belt bag style. style, except this is gonna be, I don't know, maybe like a little bit more elevated. If you don't wanna have something that just screams like sporty fabric, this could be a really good option. This is also going to be roomier. This is made of a pebbled leather. It does seem like it's coated in something. It's very scratch resistant, but it still has a little bit of softness so that it can kind of mold to the body as you wear it across the chest. There's one big zipper compartment. There's also a little compartment on the back of the bag and also a little card holder inside. I do like this bag. I like the look of it. I think it's like elevated sporty. I also think that this is the kind of bag that you could buy, you know, like for your husband or your boyfriend, because a lot of them don't want to spend, you know, $2,000 on like a fancy designer men's bum bag if they just need something for a trip or, you know, for every day or whatever. It's a very unisex bag. I feel like anybody can wear this. One thing that I want to mention, however, is that unlike the last belt bag, you cannot wear this across the waist, or I should say, I cannot wear this across the waist. It is going to depend on your size. It's not adjustable enough where you can adjust this to, you know, the perfect length or circumference. I think they intend for this to really be something that you casually wear, you know, across the chest. What is it described as? A sling bag. That's the word. A sling. At $70, I do think that it's a little bit overpriced for what it is, given the kind of not the best quality of the quince leather, but I still think it's really cute and it still is in a pretty affordable range. The classic Italian leather tote. I had to try this one. I mean, come on, it's a classic leather tote. I really wanted to see if this would be a good option for a work bag, something that would fit a laptop. A lot of you guys are always asking me for good work bag recommendations. So I was like, okay, let's give this one a try. This is not gonna be a massive tote, but it is kind of the perfect size if you wanna just fit your laptop, your headphones, some snacks, essentials. You can fit all of that in here. If you wanna bring like your lunch, your gym clothes and sneakers like I used to, I think you're gonna have a little bit of trouble fitting all of that in here. I like the fact that they have a laptop sleeve. It's like lightly padded. That's a nice little touch because sometimes I don't wanna always have to like have a separate sleeve. So it's nice that you could put that in there. There's also a little strap so you can kind of adjust it and keep it nice and secure. There is also a zipper compartment inside and two little pockets for your belongings. There is no zipper on this tote, so it's not the most secure. If you are, you know, traveling on a metro or like in a crowded area or a city, this might not be the best option. There's really only a snap closure on this bag, which when the bag is full, you know how totes get. It's kind of hard to get it, you know, to get it closed. I feel like I would never use the snap, but that's just me. The style is cute. I mean, it's very basic, it's very classic. My main issue with this bag is, you guessed it, the leather. This is described on the Quince website as being made of the finest top grain Italian leather. And I just don't see how that can be true. Like, what? There's no way. This really does not feel luxurious at all. Like, even from the moment you take it out of the box, it's just kind of like creased, and the construction does not look very clean. It doesn't feel nice. It smells very plasticky, very synthetic-y. I don't know. I just feel like there's so many tote bags out there, guys. Like, why go for this one? There's other better options out there. This really doesn't feel like top grain Italian leather to me. This might be my least favorite bag in this video. I just really hate this. I hate how creased and sloppy it looks. And like, they compare this to the Cuyana bags. There's no way. No, Cuyana has way better leather. I do think that their work bags are extremely heavy, too heavy for me, but the construction and the leather are very good. So I would just save up and check out what they have going on at Cuyana. My favorite work bag is from a brand called Oleata. It's the Oleata Marina Carryall. Love that bag. I'll link a video down below where I show it and talk a little bit more about it. That is a beautiful work bag, really functional. It is more expensive, but I'm just sharing my favorite with you all. It's kind of in that like mid-range price point. But I also really like the Tory Burch styles. Like the Perry tote is relatively affordable. I really like the Romy tote as well. I'll link those styles down below. I think with a work bag, you really do want something that's gonna be very functional, very durable. And if it's something that you use 5+ days out of the week, I feel like spending a little bit more money to kind of invest in something nice that's gonna make you feel your best and a little bit, luxurious every day, I personally feel is worth it. I don't think I would recommend this Quince tote to anybody. Next up is the Italian leather medium convertible satchel. And this one really intrigued me because clearly it is a dupe for the Coach Rogue bag, one of my favorite bags from Coach ever. This one from Quince is a little bit bigger than the style that I have from Coach. You can kind of see the comparison there. So this is gonna be more of a roomy style that you can fit, not a laptop, but like an iPad, notebook, definitely all of the essentials and more. It's a pretty roomy bag. They have pretty much replicated all of the little details of the Coach bag, or at least the general construction. You have one main compartment that closes with a zipper. I do think the zipper on this one from Quince is really nice. I like that you have the security there. You have a lot of space for your things. But what I also like about this particular style is you have those two outside compartments that close with a nice little magnetic closure. So, when you're like fumbling around for your keys, you need to just get something really easily, you can reach in there and grab it very effortlessly. It's not as secure. I wouldn't put my wallet in those compartments, but you know what I mean. You have easy access. You also can carry this a couple of different ways. That's why it's called the convertible satchel. You can carry it top handle. My favorite way of carrying it, they also have the medium strap, so you can carry it on the shoulder. And then as well, there is a crossbody strap. I feel like this bag, just in my personal opinion, it's a little bit big to carry crossbody, but people do it all the time. On my frame, I feel like it looks a little bit bulky. It's not my favorite, but you do have that option. The outside is a pebbled leather, very similar to the Loewe puzzle bag dupe that we talked about earlier. So like it's soft and it has, flexibility, but not so much to make this like a smooshy, slouchy kind of bag. I like that it has some structure, but you can still, it kind of moves with you, if you know what I'm saying. I also really like the fact that those outside pockets, they are lined in suede. The leather here, it's definitely not as good as the Coach suede and the Coach glove tan leather. Like, I hold my Coach bag and I think this is really good quality, totally worth the price. And the Rogue bag from Coach, it is one of their highest priced bags, and it is for a reason because it's just higher quality. The Quince one is definitely not as good, I'll be honest. But as much as I hate the fact that this is like such a dupe, and I really don't like how much they copied the Coach bag, and that's why I personally would not wear this bag. I don't like the fact that it's like such a copy. Putting that aside, for the price, I actually think this is a really nice bag. Like, I'm kind of impressed. It feels nice. The construction is a lot better than the Andiamo dupe that we discussed earlier. Like, the handles look nice and smooth on this one. I can't find anything that looks like, oh, super unfinished and cheapy looking. I'm impressed that it has those suede details as well. I think for the price, like, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I just don't like it because it's a copy of a bag that I have respect for. Next up, we have the Transit Quilted Carry-All Tote. I wanted to see if this would be like a good gym bag or a work bag, a travel bag of any kind. This is made of recycled polyester, so it's like that kind of, swipey material. It has a quilted type of construction. It's kind of very, pillowy, very soft and smooshy. It is going to be a tote style. It's also very lightweight, very easy to kind of fold up and pack for travel. If you're going somewhere and you want a cute little beach bag or something that you want to take with you on the go, but doesn't add a lot of weight in your luggage. It reminds me very much of my V Collective bag. They definitely copied all or most of the features. There's so many pockets in this tote bag. So you've got two pockets on the outside. One can fit kind of like a notebook, and the other can fit something the size of a pair of sunglasses. There's also pockets that are accessible along the top of the bag, which is really great when the bag is packed. I can say from experience with my V Collective bag, it's like if you have everything in your bag, but you're like, where's my passport or my boarding pass? You can like slide it in there, and it's just really easy to get it and find what you need. The inside also has a ton more pockets, and there's also a little detachable pouch so you could put, like makeup and other types of essentials in there. It does fit a laptop as well. It's a great size for a work or a gym bag. Like, it's not massive, but it's a nice little size. It's a nice little size, kind of similar to the leather tote that we discussed earlier. It's not waterproof, or it doesn't claim to be, but I would imagine this would do well. If it rained, it wouldn't get ruined. It kind of, is a good all elements type of tote as well. It's really comfortable as well to wear on the shoulder, even if you have your laptop and a bunch of things inside. The straps are very, soft and padded. So as a shoulder bag is really how I would recommend carrying this. It's very awkward to wear as a crossbody. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. It felt super weird as a crossbody for me. Like, the handles of the bag, the shoulder handles are kind of just flopping around all over the place. You can make it work in a pinch. You can make it work, but it's not gonna look super cool like it does when you wear it on the shoulder. As you can imagine from my commentary from the rest of these bags, this bag is definitely not as substantial feeling as my V Collective bag. Just feels, a little bit flimsier, again, like not as finished. The fabric isn't like as thick, it's not as sturdy. My V Collective one has a bit more structure, so I find it's kind of easier to stack my items in. At the $90 price point, I think that this one from Quince, it's a little bit overpriced for what it is. I think it's a good deal if you're interested in the V Collective bags, which I also think are, I don't know, I love them, but I still feel like $300 or however much they are is still kind of a lot for a recycled polyester bag. But at least with those, I feel like, wow, so much thought went into the construction and the design of these. It's worth it to me. Whereas I look at this and I'm like, $90, it's still kind of a lot. I wish that this was more like $60, but it's still, I think, a really good affordable alternative to the V Collective, and it's not a bad product. I think it's a cute little tote. But wait, do not leave yet. I'm gonna reveal to you my top Quince handbags, which are the ones that I actually think are worth it, which are the ones that I would recommend to my own friends and family, or that I would keep for my own collection. Number one, the Italian leather box shoulder bag. If you couldn't guessed it, this is my favorite one. I feel like this looks more expensive than it is. It's a really classic style. It's not a dupe, at least I don't think so, of a luxury bag out there. I think that this is a really good bet if you're looking for a nice crossbody bag that doesn't break the bank, and you're okay with like not the best leather in the world. I think that this is a good one to go for. I would definitely recommend this to members of my family who they're not as into handbags and they're like, what? $400 for a handbag. This, I think, is a really good deal. Next, the Italian leather medium convertible satchel. I don't like the fact that this is a dupe of the Coach Rogue bag, but as I mentioned earlier, I think that the quality is there for the price. So if you really like this design, if you don't care that it looks just like the Coach Rogue bag, if you can get past that, no judgment here, by the way, then I do recommend this one. And lastly, the Italian suede slouchy shoulder bag. I think that this is a really good option if you really just can't bring yourself to pay $500 for a suede bag. If it rains a lot where you live, if you aren't really sure if you're going to wear suede or if you're nervous about suede, this is a great like gateway suede bag that you can add to your wardrobe, add a little bit of texture, a little something different to your outfits. I think for the price, this is also a pretty good deal. Comment down below and let me know, what do you think of Quince handbags? Do you own any of these? Let me know your personal review down below, and which ones do you think you will be skipping? If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe, or better yet, go watch another video. Up next, I'm trying every bag from Coach. I'll see you there.